It's defeat on the road. What are your thoughts after that game?
Really disappointed again. We knew that Rochdale would move the ball. We knew that the way that they would set up and what they would look to try and do and how they would try and exploit us when they had possession of the football, which we knew we were going to have to suffer at times being without the ball for a long time. Spoke about how they would try and hurt us, and disappointed with the way that we conceded the first goal, because it's our own undoing really, by not tracking a runner into the box, and then it's a really good finish from Rowling, which we knew he's capable of doing. And then we sort of felt our way back into the game, I felt, and then obviously there's a big moment just before half time where Reedy's through one-on-one with the goalkeeper and gets brought down, in my opinion, probably a penalty. Back to 1-1, Hogan had already been booked, so he'd probably have received a second yellow card for that. And then the game changes on those moments where potentially 1-1 against 10 men with a full 45 minutes to play is a big difference to what we faced in the second half. But once the second half starts, no excuses, because the goals and the manner of the goals that we conceded today are just unacceptable for us as a football club, and really disappointing.
What was it that Rochdale did to challenge your game plan, and was it what you expected or not?
Yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, it's one of them where we know that Rochdale tried to keep the ball. They look to build up through their 2-10s rolling in, try and get the wing backs high. They try and join in with the outside centre backs, create overloads in midfield. They have lots of good footballers, technical footballers, and we knew that we'd have to suffer being out of possession for long periods today. But we felt that when we had control of the ball, we also looked like we could move them around a little bit, but we probably didn't carry the same fight and the same clinicalness in the final third that they showed to us. So if you do that and you're not as good as the opposition in both boxes, you tend to lose more games than you win.
We've got a week now until our next game. What preparation will be going into the team throughout the next week? Yeah,
look, I mean, we've already spoken about it. The players will be in on 3 times next week. We'll work incredibly hard, because when we're in the current situation we're in, where we've had 3 wins on the bounce and then followed it with 2 really disappointing results and performances after a little break in the play. So once we have a game called off, we can't say that we've lost momentum and then come back and play in the manner that we have in the last 2 games. So it's really disappointing, because there's a lot of away supporters that have travelled a long way to watch us on Tuesday night against Tamworth, on Saturday and today away against Rochdale. They've put a lot of miles in, cost them a lot of money to come and support us, and we've got to do better in these games and give them something to go away with, because we're going to really need them in the position we're in, and we're going to really need them in the last amount of games to try and get us back to positive results and performances. So we apologise on behalf of the travelling supporters that we weren't able to give them more today, but we can rest assured that we're going to work really, really hard this week to try and get ourselves back to a position where we can put ourselves into a position where we can win 3 points against Eastleigh on Saturday.